Hi, this is Travis from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this clip on the Political Voices Network.
There's a great concern about the United States being able to lead the free world, and we're doing that again.
Go dark, Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chris, right out of the gate, I have a quote for you.
Okay, let's do it.
Rocketing around the Twitter. Who said,
right.
I don't care if he's 11 billion, I'm voting against fascism? Who said that?
Scrappy Doo.
No, it was
Stephanie Miller.
as quoted by somebody, some fine.
That kind of makes you sound smart.
Stephanie Miller standing up against ageism on the Stephanie Miller Show. You know, boys, at 41, I feel, because I'll be old someday, too. So I feel the need to stand up for Joe
Seems
Biden.
to me like you're afraid of old people.
Okay. Joyce Vance says much the same, hearing a lot of people repeating the criticism of Biden due to age. While I'm a huge fan of young leadership, I also value an experienced, steady hand to chart a course through troubled waters, especially when it's surrounded by smart young people who can learn and can help lead. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Joyce. Anyone that owns silky chickens knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Okay. So... all right, and what I told you I had a big wardrobe malfunction. I could not find my Time's Up shirt to stand with E.J. and Carroll, so I went with my Women 2020 because this. But I couldn't find the black tape to cover the dirty words.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very
All right.
subtle.
What's that?
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. David Lazarus on Twitter said, it feels like we're numb to the historical significance of a former president already facing felony charges for allegedly paying off a porn star to be accused in court of rape. I mean, we really aren't, and we haven't even gotten to the overthrow of the United States government and espionage. I mean, it's just, and that he's the front runner, which on the Republican side, which I guess we should be happy about.
We're not numb. We have a to-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting it done.
You're trying to. I feel like suddenly you love me. Suddenly you woke up one morning, Travis, and realized you love me.
That's not it.
Happy clappy headlines. I don't care why. He's angry. Trump sent to create new problems for GOP as nomination looks locked up. And this one, worst rating since pre 9/11. Fox News viewership is collapsing.
That's kind of fun.
And the 25-54 age demo.
They went back up last night, though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Kilmeade turn on the charm.
It feels like all the right people are losing. Oh, and Trump lost again. Pence has to testify. Ha ha. Okay.
Yeah, so next it's the Supreme Court that decides.
Which? Oh,
Pence? Yes, and they in the past they've always said that he has to testify. So
yeah. This one I loved. Greg on Twitter. MIC, see you in court. KEY. Why? Because you're a fascist.
Okay.
Mouse. MOUSE. What?
That is a brilliant move on the part of Disney. This shows that Disney, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, can afford much better lawyers than DeSantis in the state of Florida.
Yes.
Because if this case goes to the Supreme Court, in which it probably will, if DeSantis wins, it overturns Citizens United.
Oh, that's the law of unintended consequences.
Exactly.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I'm just happy this morning. I don't know why.
And so if Disney wins, Disney wins. So either way, DeSantis loses.
Speaking of which, our friend Allison Gill dropped a little bon mot on Twitter. She said, Ivanka has hired her own lawyer instead of sharing Eric and Jr.'s. Also, her new lawyer is Epstein's old lawyer. Mary Trump always said that she would roll first. And that's what Noel Castle has told us as well.
Yeah.
So
She's the
Ivanka,
smart one.
She will flip first.
She is smart and cunning.
Hey, do we have that Donald Trump Mickey march? I just feel like everything's coming up roses, don't you think? I feel like he's going to march them to like a historic electoral defeat. And you know me, anyone that can beat my dad's landslide, I'm happy about it. It just puts my dad farther and farther down in the record books.
I don't know if it'll be that bad of a landslide.
Well, you know what? It's
There's some states that just
you know
will
who
not.
writes. You know who writes that it could be? You know me. I don't want to get too happy clappy. Yes, I do. David Frum, former Republican strategist, wrote a very well-reasoned piece. And I know it's all about turnout. This is why we're cranking up the sexy liberal machine. Hal Sparks joins us today.
Yeah.
I know, ladies. Calm down. Because we're kicking off the Sexy Liberal Tour. Oh, my God. I'm looking on the Twitters. The front row's already sold out. You got to hurry. October 21st, only one show in 2023. We're cranking up the Sexy Liberal engine. But October 21st at Saban Theater. Go to sexyliberal.com. Right. Hal joins us in hour 3 today. We have, of course, Dr. Doom and Carl Frisch. So we have a
show.
We got a big Yes, Travis is on a vacation next week, so he's left us with many parting gifts. Okay. All right. Yeah. Stuart, I love this one. Stuart Stevens, speaking of former Republican strategists. We can't find our Trump Mickey Mouse March.
It's not under Trump or Mickey or TRUMP.
Hard to say.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, those are the...
He and DeSantis are marching
Try Mouseketeers.
Mouseketeers?
Yeah, marching them to a historic
Or
electoral
mouse.
defeat.
Start with mouse.
Stuart Stevens says, this is evil. Putin backed Trump. Trump won. What did he get? A lot. Without Trump taking over the GOP, Ron DeSantis would stand by Ukraine. Because of Trump, he takes the de facto pro-genocide position. It is weak and evil, a party compromised by a hostile foreign power. Thank you. Donald Trump has taken a wrecking ball to this party. No? Okay. You were wearing glasses today, so you seem smarter, like you just automatically know where that is.
Did you see me search? I have no idea what you said in the last 5 minutes.
Trump kids.
No, that's not. No.
Mickey something.
No.
Might be March.
Rocky Mountain Mike? Help
Okay.
us.
If Mickey is not in it, March is not going to be in it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have some happy clappy music there?
Sure.
I just... Okay, let me just say, now and forever, the Bob Cesca rule is always in effect. Don't get happy.
Right.
Right. Like I say, this is why we're cranking up the sexy liberal machine, because ready, 24 is going to be literally fascism or democracy, the biggest election of our life. Okay. So, don't get happy. That being said,
Get happy.
David Frum's piece in The Atlantic is the coming Biden blowout. I feel like all of this could happen. Again, we just have to stay. None of this sniping, and I'm not excited, and maybe he's too old, and blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm gonna be, what's his name? Mo. I'm gonna go around the country smashing heads together.
That's going to work. That'll get people to vote.
Yes. Tried everything else. David Frum writes, Republicans thought about running without Trump in 2024, but lost their nerve. They are heading for electoral disaster again. Again, if we stay united and we turn out, this will come true. But he writes, let me just read a couple. I was going to do a guess the quote, but I'm too excited. It's David Frum, former Republican strategist in The Atlantic.
Okay.
Guess who this is? David Frum.
That's what I heard.
Scrappy-Doo!
No, I know. That game's over. Just let me read a couple of tidbits.
Mickey Mouse!
The Republican plan for 2024 is already failing, and the party leadership can see it and knows that there was no secret to a more intelligent and intentional Republican plan for 2024. And he goes down the whole list. Replace Trump, obviously. Capitalize on inflation, offer plausible ideas on drugs, crime, and border enforcement, reassure women, obviously the Roe v. Wade. Don't be too obvious about suppressing Democratic votes. Where'd my happy music go?
I thought you were done with it.
No, it's all happy. This whole piece is happy.
Right.
We'll link to it. Don't be too obvious about suppressing Democratic votes, because really blatant voter suppression will provoke and mobilize Democrats to vote, not discourage them. Thank you. That's already happened.
Yep.
Unfortunately for them, Republicans have turned every element of the plan upside down and inside out. Republicans have started a debt ceiling fight that will cast them as the cause of America's economic troubles. If they wouldn't root against America at every turn, right? They might have more success. Anyway, the recession Republicans hoped for did not materialize. Sorry. America wins again. Losers. Instead, Joe Biden has presided over the fastest and steepest unemployment reduction in U.S. economic history. I just love that this is David Frum. Did I mention?
Yes.
Scrappy-Doo!
No! You don't even know how to play the game.
Godzuki.
The big Republican idea to halt the flow of drugs is to bomb or invade Mexico. Instead of reassuring women's, Republican state legislators and judges are signaling they will support a national abortion ban if their party wins in 24. Republican state-level voter suppression schemes have been noisy and alarming. Are we watching a Republican electoral disaster in the making?
Ooh.
This is absurd. Republicans have suffered a series of heavy defeats since the rise of Trump. 2018, 2020, Senate in 2021, losses at the state level in 22. Trump-era Republicans have difficulty absorbing and reacting to negative news. Led by Trump himself, they misrepresented 2016 as a blowout and 2020 as an election they deservedly won. They don't live in the real world.
No.
The Democrats, I love this part, I have to say. The Democrats, by contrast, are a party that has trouble absorbing and reacting to good news. Few Democrats predicted the party would do as well as it did in 2022. Most feel a deep dread and anxiety about 2024. That's all the hand-wringing we always do.
I think that's because Democrats are just inherently cynical.
Yes. Not me. I'm happy clappy.
Well,
I live in my own little bubble. I'm like
I was happy clappy in 2016.
I'm like Glinda. I float in every morning. Hello.
There's something good for being cynical. We don't take things for granted.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Where was I? Okay. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I messed up.
Oh,
okay.
What did you do
now?
now?
Thank God this isn't a guess the quote.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Right. So, what's happening? Clyde, don't do anything wrong. Trump, together with DeSantis, has completely rebranded the GOP as the party of bossing around women, minorities, and young people. If they're saying he says if Trump gets the nomination, the conditions are all in place to transfer the title of worst popular vote loser of the century from the great Arizona senator. I thought he meant Goldwater, but I think he meant McCain. Actually, it was to the coup plotting ex-president. Trump's own party is doing its part to deliver this debacle soon enough. They're just saying, anyway, David just finishes by saying, if Democrats succeed in communicating hope in 2024 that young people can contribute to a decisive defeat of Trump and MAGA extremism, then that is what they will do. That's what our friend Victor Xi's been talking about, and all the young people. It's interesting, the young people are the ones that are not concerned about Biden's age. They're all in for Joe in 24. Anyway, last one. Republicans are talking to their voters about Trump's personal grievances and about boutique culture war issues that their own base doesn't care much about, such as the state of Florida's war on Disney that we just talked about. Yeah. They are well on their way to earning a deep, nasty defeat, and the smell of that defeat may be an additional draw to the polls for the Democratic-leaning constituencies that will inflict it. Thank you. That's David Frum. And
Optimus Prime.
Not Scrappy 2. Pardon me?
Optimus Prime.
No, I just told you.
Can I turn off the happy clappy music?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. But we're still happy clappy, aren't we?
Sure.
Yes.
But we're also cynical.
I think it could happen.
But we're also cynical, which is a good thing.
I was happy clappy in 2016. Look how that turned out.
Republicans say they won't cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. But can honest, hard-working middle-class Americans really believe what these politicians say? Republicans said they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade. Here's what Supreme Court Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Coney Barrett said during their Senate confirmation hearings.
Roe v. Wade. It is a precedent of the United States Supreme Court. A good judge will consider it as precedent of the United States Supreme Court.
Roe v. Wade. It's settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court.
Roe is not a super precedent, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled.
Well, we saw how that turned out. They played us for fools. Tell your elected officials to keep their hands off of our Social Security and healthcare benefits.